Jaden, and today we're going to talk about just a section parrot rescue. And there's a green parrot that's right now sitting on a branch. And let's dive right into chapter 24, and we get to see the Sunday Birds list. So it seems pretty good now, right? Great horned owl, check. Trumpeters won't have check. Some emu doesn't count because the emu is in Australia, and there's no possible way that Charlie's gonna see that unless he runs away from the group and boards a plane going to Australia, and after that he's probably gonna get caught by the police, and he's gonna go back to Lumila and Graham, and he's gonna get a big scolding, and there's a chance that he might not even see the emu. So that is probably going to happen, so let's not hope that happens. The passenger pigeon is extinct, and the Carolina parakeet, so those X. The screech owl is a bonus bird from Yellowstone, and the prairie chicken is a bonus bird from Montana. Cool, bonuses. I like bonuses a lot. Which birds do you think that Charlie's going to see next? I don't know, but maybe the bald eagle. The bald eagle, I want to bet on the bald eagle or the sandhill crane. Okay? I'm betting on those things. I mean, I'm not a bird expert or anything, but the bald eagle and sandhill crane are the ones that I'm thinking about. Though I don't know if they're actually going to see the bald eagle or the sandhill crane, because I have a question. Do you think that they're gonna finish the Sunday Birds list? I mean, yeah, they might have like a bunch of bonuses that maybe make up for the ones that Charlie couldn't see, but still, do you think that he can't find all of them? And if so, do you think that Charlie, even with all the bonuses, do you think it counts the list? Like, would you call it completed? No. But I would say that would be completed enough, and like soon enough, he would probably complete the whole thing. And then, he can grow up. He can go to Australia and have like a week-long adventure. So, some of the things he's probably going to see later in his life, but still, for the moment, he's doing a really good job, and I'm pretty sure he's going to see more birds. And actually, Charlie's thinking that they might come across a sandhill crane, which is actually pretty cool. And then Joel says something, right? He says, "Dad doesn't care about those dumb birds, Charlie." And of course, Davis was like, slaps him and says, "Shut up, Joel." Do you think that Joel's right or wrong? I think that Joel's wrong. Charlie's dad is probably gonna really like the fact that Charlie got a lot of the birds on the list for him. I mean, he might not be conscious when Charlie gets to him, but soon enough, once he can talk or at least look and think, look straight, he's probably gonna really like the fact that Charlie did all those birds, and they're not dumb either. Now, do you think that Joel and Jake, what about the ice water? Do you still think that the ice water really is a mystic thing? Or do you just think that the ice water is like a trick to get everybody going to the malls? It's just a trick. In the end, they're probably not going to get any ice water. And besides, I mean, like, who cares about free ice water? Just get water. Now, how big do you expect Mount Rushmore to be? Well, I don't expect it to be that huge, but I do expect it to be like pretty huge size, but of course Charlie overestimated how big Mount Rushmore is. I'm pretty sure when I get there, I'm gonna be like, whoa, that is way bigger than I expected, but who knows? We're gonna have to see about that. Now, do you think that Joel and Jake are right now really like correct when they're saying, yeah, free ice water probably means like a code for some kind of secret drink? Do you actually believe it? Now, after that, they soon get to the wall drug. Have you ever heard of the wall drug before? I've never heard of it before, and I'm probably never going there because Rushmore, I might actually go there, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. But yeah, I mean, like, the wall drug would be pretty cool, maybe. Now, do you think that Joel and Jake are gonna be pretty disappointed when they get to the ice water? Definitely. But, so Charlie begins to go away from the group. Now, as Charlie was going away, did you just have a bad feeling? Or were you like, okay, Charlie's just gonna wash his hands, who cares? I mean, like, nothing's bad gonna happen. I just had a bad feeling that Charlie was gonna get lost. And I was correct. Charlie does get lost. I mean, like, soon enough, he's like, where's Ludmilla? Where's Davis, right? And do you think that he's ever gonna find them? Yeah, probably just stumbling around. He's probably gonna find them, but how do you think that they are going to feel when they see him? They're probably gonna feel pretty annoyed and mad. And then suddenly, a parrot is sitting on Charlie's head. Now, for somebody very, very, very sanitary, how do you think that a parrot on his head would affect Charlie? I actually expected that Charlie would panic or something, and he sort of did panic, but he wasn't like as dramatic as I thought that he would be. So, and then a plump lady begins to waddles over, right? And she gets the bird, right? What did you think about the whole thing? Parrot rescue and all these birds. I pieced together basically that this was probably like a parrot rescue group that, I don't know, maybe they advertised in the wardrobe or something. But they're doing a good thing. And actually, that's where we get this, right? Parrot rescue with that green parrot, because this actually is a green parrot, right? It says, there was a flash of green wings, and before I put up my arm to protect myself, I feel a whoosh of air. Then daggers dig into my scalp. Oh my gosh, there's a parrot on my head. So just from that, I got the idea that this was a green parrot. Now, were you surprised that Judy pooped on Charlie? Yeah, I was, but I've seen other kids having the same experience. One time, a turtle actually did that to one of my friends. Yep, I've never seen a turtle do its business before, but it was a once in a lifetime chance to see that turtle pooped right here. Not mine shirt though, somebody else's. So they probably felt pretty miserable. He had to change his shirt. And were you surprised when suddenly Charlie began to giggle and go into the hysterics? Yeah, I was. I mean, I would have expected Charlie to freak out, but in a way, it's so funny, right? I mean, it just suddenly made me smile too. It was like, in a way, it was also pretty funny. So like, yeah, laughter is actually pretty contagious, even if you're not hearing the laughter, but just reading the laughter in a way. Now, what did you think about all the birds? And do you think that getting lost was actually worth it? Yeah, definitely. And I just have a feeling that was when Charlie's probably gonna find Ludmilla and Davis and the twins. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be pretty disappointed with that one. They're probably gonna be like, man, that was nothing. I mean, like, that sort of was like junk. I mean, it's just water. They're probably gonna just say that. But anyway, do you think that the pararescue group, like, what's one word that you would use to describe them? I would use inspirational. What about you? And then, finally, Charlie goes outside and there's Ludmilla and Davis, right? And also the twins. And so Ludmilla was like, finally! And Davis was like, oh, for Pete's sake, finally, he's right. Davis sort of sounds like Graham. And then Tiberius is jumping in the air for joy. I thought that it was so funny that Tiberius was jumping in the air for joy because all the dogs that I've taken care of, when they see me, you know what they do? They start to bark, even if I've taken care of them, and I'm probably like, and I'm the one giving them food and all, but they still bark at me. But here's the thing, they're comfortable with me because they let me massage them. They love when they get massaged. They're like, ah. But the thing is, they don't even pay. They just get free massages. So they're comfortable with me, but they just don't like me. So they're like, massage time. Okay, it's over. Get out of here. And of course, I do have to get out of there because when they bark, their stinky fish breath really nauseates me. Yeah, not kidding. The author actually did a pretty good job of describing the stinky fish breath. It actually is true. And now the twins, they're pretty disappointed. They're like, stupid water. Yeah, they should have built a magic fountain for the price of their stupid road signs. I thought that was pretty funny. What did you think about that? Yeah, it was really funny. Okay. Chapter 25 actually does have a quote. It's this. And it's actually, I think it's actually the longest quote that we've stumbled upon so far, right? Yeah, I think it is. It's birds can and do experience behavioral illnesses, typically due to problems when they are deprived of their own flock. They have been known to screech, to confine themselves in small spaces, to turn in circles for hours. They have been known to obsessively pluck their own feathers out. A very sorry state of affairs for a bird indeed. That's Tiberius Shaw's quote of the day. So let's see why that sort of connects to this chapter. So it seems like they've hit the eastern part of South Dakota, and they're finally they just can't stand another night in the camper. And do you think that that a motel sounds good? Definitely. And what's their biggest Walmart that you've ever seen? Do you have a biggest Walmart? What's the biggest store that you've ever seen? The biggest store I've ever seen is probably Costco. Costco's pretty huge, but then again, I might think again. But for right now, Costco and Walmart are actually in the lead right now. But I'm pretty sure I can think of another one. But oh yeah, maybe Home Depot. Home Depot is huge. Home Depot. Those are some of the stuff. I'm still thinking. Now, I have a question. Are you more of a camping person or are you more of a hotel luxury person? Or are you just a guy who camps and is just in like hotels sometimes and like you don't really care? Like I said, I'm a big camping person. But I understand if you aren't a camping person. I mean, yeah, luxuries are great and all. But still, camping's more rugged and good with me. So, what do you think about your skin? Because Charlie mentions about skin. So it seems that old people, pinkish and whitish, beige, very hairy, moles, pimples, growths, bumps, freckles, stuff. Davis and the twins and Charlie have smooth light brown skin, smooth brown hair. Well, light brown skin. Here you are. Mine's pretty smooth too. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. No pinkish and white. You think I'm pink? This is pinkish and white. Well, I mean like around here, because I almost always have a shirt on, it's pretty much white. But around here, I mean, like, yeah. So no pinkish and white. No hair. I mean, like, do you see any hair here? No. Moles? I've never had a mole in my life. Pimples? Not yet. Growths? Never. Bumps? Never. Freckles? Okay, I have freckles. Lots of them. Well, not lots of them, just a few of them, like dotting here, but that's all. A few of them here. You can barely see them. And then here, there's a few right here, but just a few freckles. So really, yeah, my skin's pretty good compared to theirs. And do you really think that Charlie's going to survive this trip, or do you think they're just gonna turn back? No, it's too late to turn back. They have to keep on going. I'm pretty sure they're actually closer to Virginia than they are to San Diego. Yeah, I think so. The twins are watching a Superman movie and stuff like that. Well, do you really think that this is the life, or do you think that the camper is the life? Okay, now, do you think that they should go to Sioux Falls or not? Because, like, Lumia is pointing out some cool things. Like Sioux Falls. Like, she's like, this is Sioux Falls, and that's probably where they are. I don't know. And then Washington, D.C., that's right here. Where do you want to go? Now, what would you choose? Me? I would choose, I've been thinking for a while. And I've decided I have a whole list. I'm a big national park fan, and I want to go to every national park in the United States of America. And I want to go there over and over and over and over again. For example, I went to Yosemite 3 times, and I still love it, and I still want to go. But too late, Yosemite trip's over. We're probably gonna go there 5 years, 7 years. Tears are in my eyes. Okay, so maybe I'm a little too dramatic, and it probably doesn't sound real because I'm right now smiling, but yeah. I'm a dramatic person, a very dramatic person. But still, actually think about the route. Let's say that you're an adult planning a road trip. What would be your route? How would you go, like, around the place? Okay, I actually don't like, so let's see. It says, I mean, if they're actually with like a map, a drawn map with the route, that would be easy, but it seems like around Ohio, moving through Pennsylvania. So, I think that well, they're in South Dakota. So, in South Dakota, there's a few national parks, about 3 or 2. They should go to all of them. They're all really cool and popular. After that, they should go to Wisconsin. Wisconsin's beautiful. So at Wisconsin, they should go to some really amazing state parks and the lake, and also Lake Michigan and Superior. And yeah, driving through Minnesota, they should have Minnesota as a treat too, and look at a few stuff there. Maybe go to Voyageurs National Park, and then also Isles Royal National Park is a definite stop in Michigan. Yeah, they should also go through Michigan. And then driving around Ohio, maybe stopping at a few places in Ohio or Indiana, they could just go to Pennsylvania. At Pennsylvania, they could visit some, like colonial stuff, history stuff, and a lot of stuff. If they do have time, I would like it if they stopped at a few more national parks, but I mean, if they don't have time, then yeah, they don't have to. But I'm a big national park fan. I want to go to every national park that's near the route. But maybe I'm getting a little over enthusiastic. I mean, I need to know how many days there are to plan out where we're going. I mean, like, we need at least 2 days or a day in each national park. we need at least 1 or 2 days in each state. So like that. So we need to plan. So I wish they had like a more, like they told us more information about this. And here's one thing that you can try. Try counting how many days they're actually on this trip. And after that, you might actually see how many days they've traveled. Let's see. The challenge. Put it in the comments below to see how many days you've actually traveled. Out of all the places that they're going, where do you think is probably the best place to go to? Chicago. Now, they're not stopping at any national parks, but I mean like Chicago's cool. There's a lot of stuff to do there, like a lot of tourist attractions, and I've heard that the museums there are awesome. So I would like to go to Chicago because the rest of the places, I mean like, I'm not a real big bird fan, and I'm not really interested in birds a lot, so I think that the rest of the places compared to Chicago are pretty boring. Though I do like nature. So, do you think that Charlie's actually going to meet Tiberius Shaw? And what do you think? Do you think that like Jake says, it's destiny, or do you think it's just that Charlie's just imagining things, or do you think it's just a huge coincidence? In a way, it might be destiny. Yeah. Do you think that Charlie in the end is going to try to get to Tiberius Shaw's house? Definitely. I mean, of course. And then also, Charlie decided to bring up Ludmila's story. He was asking what happened next. What do you think happened next? Either they were bombed or somebody died and they had to go, but something bad happened. And yeah, whenever somebody has a baby, mostly in the books, almost always things come out good, but at other times, if it's a sad story or like if something bad happened or it just feels like a sad story, the baby might have died. And also, do you think that Charlie should be asking those questions? I mean, they are private, so do you think that Charlie has the business to know all the answers of these questions? And if you had been Ludmila, how would you have felt about Charlie asking you? In a way, I would have felt sort of sad and annoyed because then I would have to retell my story and the story's really sad. But at the same time, it would feel good to sort of release my story and tell other people about it so that they could maybe sympathize or they could give their opinions about it. So in a way, it's good, and so I would feel like half-half. I wouldn't be feeling like, wow, this is such a great opportunity to share my story. I'm so happy. But at the same time, I wouldn't be like feeling in the dumps. Though it will be pretty sad recalling everything like that. Now, let's go on to a new chapter, which is chapter 26. Now Ludmila launches back into her story, so it seems that things are getting worse, right? Very pregnant mother, they're all hungry and really sad and worried. Now there's like boom, 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 and there's no father or grandfather. Amar's the, like the man of the family now, and he's still pretty young, right? And I mean, like, what did you think about all this? I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that none of us didn't actually know about this. If we did, I mean, we would have already like really retaliated. It would be like in history. I mean, it would be pretty famous, not for a good reason. It's like how, I don't know, like how Hitler was famous, but not in a good way. Well, to the Nazis it was a good way, but you know what I mean. So basically, it's like that. I mean, I have never heard of this before, though I do know about the Middle East being in conflict. I've never actually known about this before, so I was really surprised if something that bad could be happening and we're all so oblivious to it. Yeah, we humans should try to be better, too. It's not only just, yeah, I mean, like, we need to be better. And do you think that they're ever going to get a chance to leave Sarajevo? I don't know, maybe so, but I still doubt it. I mean, they're probably going to get caught or something. And if so, maybe only Amar and Lumila could go. Who knows? And now, did you think that that the neighbors, like, because of this war and this shelling, how do you think the connection of neighbors, like, how do you think that it progressed? It did get stronger and stronger and stronger. So, they were just talking about this terrible tragedy, right? And I have a question. How do you think that this book is going to impact the world? Because it is now famous. So do you think that this is going to raise more awareness about everything that's happening in the Middle East? Definitely. That's sure going to happen. And then they passed the Mississippi. And so Davis was like, I thought the Mississippi was huge with riverboats and Mark Twain and all that. And then Joel was also like, I thought this river was famous. Well, actually it is, and they're probably crossing one of the, at times the Mississippi narrows, and still, the Mississippi's a really, really famous river. Yeah, I've read Huckleberry Finn, and it's like one of the best books I've ever read in my life. So you should read that, though I do have to say, there are some racial, lots of that in the book. So if you're sensitive to those kinds of things, then you should not read it. And do you think that they should? I mean, when he said, we should be looking out for the bald eagles. If I had been them, I would have also groaned. I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm not a bird guy. If I actually was devoted to birds, I would be like saying, guys, we need to look at the birds. But I'm not devoted to birds. I'm more devoted to fish. But then again, I'm not that devoted to fish either. But I think that I would like to go fishing. That's one thing I would like to do on this cross-country trip. I would be fishing in so many places. I'll probably catch a lot of different types of fish. That would be pretty cool. For right now, the only fish I've caught here in California, yellowfin croakers and corvinas. But now, do you think that they're actually going to spot a bald eagle? Yep, they're going to spot a bald eagle. But I don't think that they're going to spot a bald eagle on the RV. I have a feeling they're going to spot it when they're hiking. But I don't know if they're going to hike or not. Now, it says that they're now in Wisconsin. And they say, and then Charlie says, which is pretty much just like Minnesota. Now, I am very offended because Charlie doesn't live there, so he can say whatever he wants, but I mean, like, I was born in Wisconsin, and I lived up to 6 years in Wisconsin, so of course that would be pretty offending. It doesn't really hurt me, but still, which is pretty much just like Minnesota, they should just reverse that and say, on the other side, it's Minnesota, which is pretty much like Wisconsin. Then again, I don't like that either because Wisconsin and Minnesota are both different places, and I wouldn't like it if Wisconsin was like Minnesota. Then again, all he did was drive, so I mean, like, just from a car window, you can't really tell the difference. You actually have to get out and see and feel the difference. So I don't really blame him for thinking all those things. And have you ever heard of the term Minnetonka? No, I actually haven't called it. But of course, I've heard of Wisconsin Dells before. Pretty famous place. I have went there, but I think I've pretty much totally forgotten the whole place. And now, what do you think that they're gonna do for Jewel and Jake? Well, I know a lot of stuff about Wisconsin Dells. I mean, a pretty good amount. So I'm guessing right now, but I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing. Well, anyway, we finished all the chapters that we were supposed to finish. We just basically finished part Parrot Rescue. And I hope that you really, really, really enjoyed these chapters in this book. What I wanted to say was, for the last few questions, well, of course, there's the normal ones. For example, what was your favorite part in these chapters and your favorite part in the whole book so far? That is normal. And of course, you know the answer because you're the guy who is going to answer it. Well, I have to think about this. My favorite part would be the part where Charlie was covered in bird poop. Well, not covered, but head was sort of semi-covered. I thought that was pretty funny. That parrot poop hysteria sort of got to me too. And the whole book, I still thought that parrot poop hysteria was pretty funny. But there were some other great parts in the book too. So I can't leave out those. I mean, yeah, I thought a lot of parts in this book were really good. For example, when they went up the hill in Wyoming, that was really awesome. I really liked that part. My favorite character and my least favorite character, well, my favorite character has to be, I don't know. Maybe Charlie or somebody else. I don't know. I have to think about that. Maybe Charlie. Or maybe the twins. They're pretty flexible, but not really. I like Tiberius, though. Not Tiberius Shaw, the guy. Tiberius the dog. But I also like Tiberius Shaw, the guy. My least favorite character is not Charlie, though. I think that he should let the others enjoy their vacation in their own ways and not boss them around with only his ideas. Because they're mostly going to places that he wants to go to. Let's see. So Charlie's pretty cool. Davis isn't bad either. The twins aren't bad. Tiberius, well, of course, I said that he was my favorite character. Lumilla's awesome. Okay. In the end, I think that my least favorite character, if you want, you don't even have to do a least favorite character, but Jonathan Dylan Daniels. He played a minor role in the story, but then again, he did crash into a truck, and that sort of did get rid of the running away, and that did start the road trip. So, in a way, he did play a major role in the book, in a way. So, and I don't like Jonathan Dylan Daniels, so I'll just say he's my least favorite character. Okay. Now, how did you like the book so far? My favorite question, because if you say yes, I feel real happy that you are enjoying this. Because life, in a way, is pretty short. And you gotta enjoy every second of it, including the seconds like right now. So if you're not enjoying this book, then it's sort of a waste of time. So hopefully, you're right now enjoying this book. If you don't, well, still finish it because the ending, in my opinion, was really cool. So just push to the end. But hopefully you love it right now, okay? Well, predictions. I want you to do these, but next time and day after next time. Well, not the day after, but Well, I guess the day after, but at the same time, maybe not. Who knows what I'm gonna do next? I might do some other books I'm working on, so always keep a lookout for what is coming up, okay? But anyway, next time and the next time after that, I'll do the predictions, but just this once, you try to do the predictions, okay? Bye, and I hope that you had a great time with me and The Someday Birds by Sally J. Plow. Bye.